Hi, my name is Mary. Today FM plays the best music in Lambasa. Today FM rocks.
My name is Thomas. I'm here in Nakasi and I like to listen to Today FM because it rocks.
My name is Milenia. Today FM rocks here in Singapour.
My name is Alfriti and Today FM rocks here in Tavua.
My name is Mary Jane. I love listening to Today FM here in Ba. Today FM rocks.
My name is Ilaiti Ambal and I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks here in Osur.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
In the news tonight, Attorney General calls for more effort from lawyers. Fijian couple missing in California. And PM stresses for more climate financing.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Akosita Pali.
Attorney General Aya Said Kayum is calling for more effort from lawyers as all Fijians will now have a better understanding of the law. The Law of Fiji website was launched today and is aimed to provide access to Fijians on the laws of the land. This is the first time ever details of the consolidated laws of Fiji can now be accessed online. Ali Kimbia with the story.
While launching the new website today, Acting President Anthony Gates says the website gives details of all laws and at the same time provides clarification to individuals.
The website features the same text that appears in the published version of the laws and contains historical notes that show how the law has been amended.
Justice Gates says the website will make research easier and more accurate for lawyers. Attorney General Aya Said Kayum says the onus will be on lawyers to do more research as Fijians will have better knowledge of the law online.
It's a wonderful tool. It gives people access to the law. You'll find soon that some of your clients, those of you in private practice, that your clients will come up to you and say, I've actually seen Section 1642, and you're telling me otherwise.
The website address is www.laws.gov.fj. Ali Kimbia, FBC News.
A Fijian couple in California is missing after the tow truck they were in is believed to have plunged off a bridge and into the Sacramento River on Tuesday night. Shalvin Ash and Rosalind Sharma are the owners and operators of Justin's Towing of Sacramento. The Climate Action Pacific Partnership event is set to be held in Fiji next month. It will focus on supporting nationally determined contributions and mobilizing innovative climate finance in the Pacific. In addition to this, the UN Secretary General's Climate Summit in September will provide an opportunity for every country to present concrete and realistic plans. Ritika Pratap reports.
The Prime Minister has once again challenged major economies to support greater financing and assistance for developing countries.
We're asleep at the wheel and we're headed for disaster. It's time for us to wake up and correct our course by taking concrete steps towards a secure future.
Bainimarama says 2019 is a critical year for climate action. He says the Talanoa dialogue process revealed that many technologies and innovations needed to decarbonize economies already exist.
What's missing, of course, is the level of political will needed to take up these tools and utilize them in an unprecedented global effort to halve emissions by 2030 and achieve net zero emissions by 2050.
Bainimarama stressed that Fiji will continue to convene and support Talanoas that help countries, together with subnational governments, businesses and civil society, search for the best strategies. Ritika Pratap, FBC News.
Prime Minister Voreqe Bainimarama has thanked the Austrian President their contribution to Pacific Small Island Developing States Partnership projects. This is being supported through funding from the Austrian government and its partners. The projects within the Pacific region support climate change mitigation, renewable energy, and efforts towards conservation and the management of natural resources. The two leaders also discussed how oceans, rivers, lakes, and glaciers were once interconnected system affected by climate change during the meeting at the UN headquarters. An invitation to attend the R20 Austrian World Summit in May was also extended to Bainimarama. Still to come, Atkins plans to help relocate Suva Port and Agriculture Ministry to compensate farmers. Details after the break.
Nambula FM, nambang dua yan na sere.
Hoya ubashitsai so ilambasa Então, talita ina warong ng Bula FM number 2 en sere.
Guya do tumeli ako na tao no hinga toka. Talita kina na warong ng Bula FM number 2 na sere.
Wana tuma ng Bula FM number 2 na sere number 1.
Na vengo fane na tao no go singa toka. Kito do talita ka ng Bula FM number 2 na sere.
Bula FM number 2.
A Sri Lankan company called Aitken Spence will now give their support to the Fijian government in trying to relocate the Suva port. The relocation is vital as the current port cannot accommodate the increasing demands of cargoes arriving into the country. Kritika Kumar reports.
The Deputy Chair for Aitken Spence PLC says consultant assistance needs to be sought in order to move forward with the relocation.
Assistance of a consultant and ensure that we develop a financially bankable, technical and a financial feasibility study which we will shortly commission.
The acting Prime Minister says they need a modernized port to facilitate various ships.
So it's not just providing for your container ships, your fishing ships and other types of ships, but also we have slip repair work, you have also a dockyard, you also have shipbuilding too.
An efficient port will be able to attract more vessels as a lot of cargoes will be arriving to our shores.
So of course that goes towards the profitability of the company, but I think strategically the relocation etc. means a lot. We can also enhance the usage of this very prime property that we have in the foreshore of Suva.
The relocation is expected to happen after the completion of the technical feasibility study. Kritika Kumar, FBC News.
Farmers whose livestock are found to have brucellosis and tuberculosis will be compensated by the Ministry of Agriculture. The ministry confirms that this only applies to farmers who willingly allow their livestock to be tested, as most are reluctant for any inspection. Sainia Nimboila reports.
The Agriculture Ministry will pay $4 a kg to farmers who lose their animals to brucellosis and TB. Agriculture Minister Dr. Mahendra Reddy says this is due to the challenge of getting farmers to have their livestock inspected.
Farmers' willingness to allow us to test the animals. I think they are now understanding that it's now low. We have to, by law, we can go and test the animals. So that gradually they're understanding that by law they have to allow animals to be tested.
FNE Vice Chancellor Professor Nigel Healy says the government is doing its best to help enhance the livestock sector, so relevant stakeholders should cooperate.
The Fiji government in 2014 had the vision to see that a trained veterinary workforce, educated here in Fiji and culturally equipped to work with farmers and animal owners, was the key to unlocking the potential of the livestock sector and ensuring high-quality healthcare for animals.
The ministry will be inspecting all livestock farms to identify diseased animals and will compensate farmers if the need arises. Sainia Nimboila, FBC News.
A former Fiji resident has come under fire in New Zealand for assuming Israel's Mossad spy agency was behind the Christchurch mass shooting. Ahmed Bamji, the chairman of Mount Roskill Masjid e Umar, New Zealand's biggest mosque, claims the gunman got his funding from Mossad and Zionist business. Mossad is the National Intelligence Agency of Israel, responsible for intelligence collection, covert operations and counterterrorism. He made these claims with no proof at an Auckland rally organized by Love Aotearoa Hate Racism March last weekend. New Zealand may not be immune to the viruses of hate and the fear of others, but it can be the nation to discover the cure. That was a message from Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern today at the National Service of Remembrance for the 50 victims of the Christchurch mosque attacks. TVNZ reports it was a time of reflection, prayer and song. Coming up in sports later with Jamie Chosua Tuisova to sign 4 years with French top 14 rugby club Lyon, but first Rachel is here with business.
Thanks, Akasita. Good evening, and coming up after the break. Fijians can now sign up for strata units at the WG Friendship Plaza. An ingoing Fiji new dam for Nakoso villagers. Stay with us.
Voila, I am Eleanor. For the best classic hits, I only listen to Gold FM here in Singapore. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Seni Rawa. I love listening to Gold FM here in Nosuri. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Dino. I'm from Outrigger, Coral Coast, Singapore. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Salote. I love listening to Gold FM here in Nosuri. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Bula, my name is Marida. Gold FM plays the best classics here in Aotearoa, Sigatoka.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Fijians can now sign up for freehold strata units to secure a home in the WG Friendship Plaza currently under construction on McGregor Road in Suva. Realtors Rain and Horn Fiji and WG International Real Estate Co. Fiji Limited today announced their partnership in selling these units and leasing the commercial lots available. Kelly Vadala reports.
There's been a lot of positive responses in regard to securing some of these units with the development of the 30-story building nearing completion.
We would also like to announce the developers are now undertaking that the deposits made to the trust account will be untouched unless authorized in writing by the purchasers. This introduction of the new payment plan will now give much more confidence to the Fijian market.
Shergill says customers can get a unit with a 10% deposit and the remainder 90% will be paid on settlement date. WG's Plaza's head of marketing says with the building opening by the end of next year, it will provide more than 500 jobs.
We will be investing another 21 months to complete this project. We are learning to cooperate with the local authorities for any and all approvals for the safety and the integrity of the building.
Engineer Designs Director Vijay Krishnan says they're committed to ensuring the safety standards of the plaza.
From our point of view, the construction ran pretty smoothly. There hasn't been any major hiccup. Our job is to ensure that there is no dislodgement of any panel, to ensure that all the fixings are sound.
Meanwhile, many have shown interest in securing studio apartments, with 10 already being sold out at a cost of around $495,000 each. Kelly Vadala, FBC News.
And Sanifa from HFC Bank joins us now with the latest from the money world.
The US dollar is poised for its strongest gain in 3 weeks as investors respond positively to a bounce in US Treasury yields. Some of its rivals were hit by dovish signals from their own central banks. The dollar held strong even as data overnight showed the U.S. economy slowed more than initially thought in the last quarter. Meanwhile, the euro has also been weighed down by speculation the European Central Bank will introduce a tiered deposit rate, providing a sign that policymakers plan to keep interest rates low. Investors will be focused on signs of progress in U.S.-China trade talks today and will also be watching Federal Reserve policymakers scheduled to speak later tonight. That's all from HFC Bank for this week. Vinaka.
Thanks, Anifa. On to the exchange rates. As it was said this morning, it was another fairly solid day for the Fiji dollar as it rose against the Chinese yuan, the Aussie and Kiwi dollars, as well as the euro and the Japanese yen. It slipped slightly against the US dollar and the PNG kina. Onto the commodities market, crude oil prices were on the rise at $59 per barrel. Gold dropped about 20 cents to close at $1,290 per ounce, and silver was down at $15 per ounce. And in growing Fiji tonight, for decades villagers of Nakoso have always relied on the river beside the village for water, whether it was for bathing, cooking or washing. Eleanor Thurangaview reports.
Nestled beneath hills and lying beside the sea, Nakoso village is about an hour's drive from Savu town and is home to about 50 Fijians. The river has always been the source of water for household use.
We rely on the river for everything. During the rainy weather, we can't drink water from the river because it gets dirty. We would contract sickness and diseases.
Getting piped water inside their homes has always been a dream for these women. Today the dream has become reality with the opening of the Nakoso Village Rural Water Supply Project.
We all now have flush toilets, we have sink for washing, and we even have another tap outside our homes.
The project includes the construction of a dam intake, a basement for a 10,000-litre storage tank, and the installation of several standpipe connections to supply water to the homes.
I want to thank government, its leadership and the Water Authority of Fiji and its officers for allowing a reliable flow of water supply to our village that our future generation can drink from.
It took the Water Authority of Fiji 6 weeks to complete the $56,000 project. Eleanor Thurangaview, FBC News.
And that's a wrap from the business desk for this week. Have a great weekend. Jamie joins you now with sports.
Thanks and good evening. Up ahead in sports. Baber stresses discipline for Hong Kong pool of death. And futsal IDC pools drawn. There's some more coming up.
Hi, I'm Jyotishma. I'm from Singatoka. I love listening to Mirchi FM. Mirchi FM is hot.
Mirchi FM is #1.
I'm Charlene Robert. Mirchi FM rocks in Lambasa.
I'm Soname Nasori Jackson. Mirchi FM is hot.
My name is Raymond Dutt. I'm in Baba Singh Alliance. Mirchi FM is hot in Lambasa.
I'm Pritika from Jax Nasori. I love listening to Mirchi FM here in Nasori. Mirchi FM is hot.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.
Defending the Hong Kong Sevens title this year will be tougher than ever for the Fiji Airways men's Sevens side next weekend. While they don't take any team lightly on the World Series, they know the added threat to expect from teams such as Australia, New Zealand and Kenya, who they face in the group stage in SOCON Po. Coach Gareth Baber, though, sees one positive aspect of being drawn in the pool of death.
Hong Kong is really the first challenge, and a tough pool, as everybody can see. We've already talked about playing 3 finals, and you've only played half of the games you're going to play in the tournament. But if I know our players and the squads that we've taken to the likes of Hong Kong and Singapore previously, when you have that focus of tough opposition, then the focus tends to come very early on in your preparation, and that's what we're looking for at the moment, to make sure that obviously we're on top of our game when it comes to playing Kenya, Australia, New Zealand.
After more than a year on the sidelines, Joe Webber has been named in the All Black Sevens team for the Hong Kong tournament. Joshua Tuisova could be signing a 4-year contract with the French top 14 rugby club Lyon starting next season. Nasinu Secondary is making a return to the National Secondary Schools Rugby League spotlight after 5 years, with teams in the under 15, 17 and 19 national semi-finals tomorrow. Nasinu believes it has what it takes to go all the way to the winners' podium this year. Koroi Tandolala reports.
Once known as the secondary school rugby league giant in the country, Nasinu feels they're sure to claim back long-lost glory in this year's competition.
We consider QVS as one of the tough teams in this year's competition. We will not underestimate them in our competition tomorrow. Foremost, we're looking forward to claiming the title this year and end the competition on a high note for the school.
Coach Isikeli Kaloniviti says he has been preparing his side for a tough semi-final match against Queen Victoria School tomorrow.
Everyone is well aware of what QVS is capable of. They've always been giants of secondary school rugby, and we know that coming down to the wire, to the final minute, they're still a very dangerous side. But we're banking on a lot of these boys have good experience in rugby league. They've been playing since under 15. We're hoping that they'll maintain their composure and try and fight the battle right till the end.
Nasinu last won the secondary school league Vodafone Cup in 2013. Going through to the semi-final in all categories this year, they hope to end their 5-year winless drought at ANZ Stadium tomorrow. Koroi Tandolala, FBC Sports.
The Fiji Football Association today announced the Vodafone Futsal Inter-District Championship pool draws. 8 teams will be part of this year's competition. Koroi Tandolala with the details.
Rewa is pooled with Suva, Lambasa and Tavua in Pool A, while Pool B consists of Navua, Tailevunaita Siri, Nandronga and Nandi. PGFA President Rajesh Patel says they will be boosting competition this year to improve Fiji's performance in the Oceania Futsal Championship.
We are lagging behind in Oceania. Paul would know about it, but that doesn't mean we cannot catch up. If you see the Lebanon side with the good results that we had in 2 friendlies, we had said we have to start with the basic. We get our development, the platform right. Once we have it right, then only we'll be able to do it.
Oceania Football Confederation instructor Paul Tuhi says Fiji has the potential to lead the futsal in Oceania.
In many ways, we think, I guess, of Fiji a little bit of the sleeping giant in futsal in Oceania. For many years, Fiji has led the way by hosting the tournament here at the Vodafone. It's been the home of futsal, and I think now is the time for Fiji really to shine.
The Inter-District Championships will be played next weekend at the National Hockey Centre in Suva. Corey Tandulala, FBC Sports.
Reds captain Samu Kerevi has continued the Quade Cooper blackout, refusing to speak directly about his former clubmate ahead of the fly half's return. As Christchurch prepared itself for today's National Remembrance Service, the Manly Sea Eagles were working behind the scenes to help in key areas. The NRL team is in the city for their Sunday game against the Warriors, with mental health and youth at the forefront of their thoughts and plans. That's it from sports tonight. Angie joins you later with weather, and in tonight's new media, we take a look at the smallest 360-degree camera. That's coming up.
Bula, nevang gomal kay leloma, gongay nakas on dumakarong ng Bula FM, nambang dua na sere.
Hoya ubasit sai lambasa, ya ondo talita na warong ng Bula FM, nambang dua na sere.
Guya do tumeli, ako na tao no hinga toka, talita kina na warong ng Bula FM, nambang dua na sere.
Warong tuma ng Bula FM, nambang dua na sere nawaluan.
Nevang go fani na tao no hinga toka, kita ondo talita ka ng Bula FM, nambang dua na sere.
Bula FM, nambang dua na sere.
In tonight's new media, Mocha 360 is the smallest 360-degree camera and provides 2K 360 video with amazing image quality and is compatible with your Android and Apple smartphone. And Angie joins you now with the latest in weather.
Hello to you and to the weekend. Yes, it's finally here and conditions weren't that rainy at all. What can get better than this? It's super exciting when we have the weekend so close to us. Now checking the west out for today, glorious sunshine here, fairly humid, expect showers by evening. Eastwards from Pekhawa to Suva, sunshine with light showers throughout the day with high humidity level. And up north, such a pretty day there, the crave to do something adventurous is excitingly high. At sea, southeast winds will gust 20 to 25 knots. For the tides, low tide at 8:08 p.m. with high tide at 2:28 a.m. Sunrise at 6:12. For tomorrow, it looks semi-good, probably a mix between sun and showers. Tomorrow's temps, Bao will be at 27 degrees, surprisingly coolest of all. And looking further on to Sunday, it will tend back to showers, but regardless, have a great weekend. And that's all from the FBC Weather World. Ako.
Thanks, Angie. And in Fijian Pulse tonight, we asked, do you think Gareth Baber has the right combination of players to defend the Hong Kong Sevens title?
Looking at Baber's selection and the combination he has picked out, I'm confident that we'll be able to defend the Hong Kong Sevens this year.
I think that's a better idea because the local knows what to do and also to help him know what the audience are also and those that are watching.
Baber has certainly made some interesting selection of players for this year's Hong Kong Sevens. We just have to wait and see how they will perform next weekend.
I'm not so confident in the combination of players for this year's Hong Kong Sevens, but we'll just have to wait and see.
Recapping the main stories, Attorney General calls for more effort from lawyers, Fijian couple missing in California, and PM stresses for more climate financing. Now for these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station, Gold FM. Now to our poll question segment, this week we are asking, should motorists who continue to break road rules have their license suspended? Visit our FBC website to answer. And before we go, our shot of the day, a beautiful shot of the Momi gun site in Nandi sent in by Ange C. You can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email fbcnews@fbc.com.fj or share with us via our Facebook page FBC News, or you can also follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC News or simply hashtag FBC News. And that was FBC News for tonight. From the team and I, stay safe and good night.
Bula, nevang gomal kay leloma, gongay nakas on dumakarong ng Bula FM, nambang dua na sere.
Hoya ubasit sai lambasa, Então, talita ina warong ng Bula FM, number 2 na sere.
Guya do tumeli, ako na tao no hinga toka. Talita kina na warong ng Bula FM, number 2 na sere.
Wana tunga ng Bula FM, number 2 na sere nawaluan.
Na vengo fani na tao no go singa toka. Kita do talita ka ng Bula FM, number 2 na sere.
Bula FM, number 2 na sere.